Welcome to Subramani. What makes a person a good public singer? I think there are two things which are important. One is a reasonable amount of talent. It should not be you should not be a terrible singer, but far more important is the self confidence to be able to sing in public and to think that people will not hate you for the way you are singing. That's all. These are the only two things which are needed. Now take this and apply to investment gurus. What makes a person an investment guru? One is to do a few things which are right and make some money, and terrific self belief that you're right. Being living in Mumbai, it's very important. Last 10-15 years, you should have lived in Mumbai. When technology did not allow the television channels and the media houses to reach out to people in, say, Cochin, Hyderabad, Ludhiana, West Bengal, it did not allow technology to go there. They did not have substantial resources. So, if you did all this, if you made some money, if you got some things right, and you were very vocal about it, and you had self confidence to come and call yourself an investment guru, the media was more than willing to help you and really launch you as an investment guru. So it's very important. But now it has become a little more difficult. You have to have your own channel, and in your channel, you should be willing to talk about the investments that you made and etc. etc. And obviously, you have to be very choosy about what you show as what you have done and be able to hide the mistakes. Of what great use are investment gurus for the ordinary person who is investing? I really have my doubts whether it is of any use at all. You can know what they have done. You can see what Peter Lynch has done. You can see what Warren Buffett has done. You can see what Prashant Jain has done or Naren Shankaran has done. You can see that, but can you copy them? I have my doubts. Of course, you can copy some of their investments which they do, but you will never know when did they buy it and when did they sell off. For example, I made a research report on a company called Pateja Forging, and I quite like the company, and I bought shares, and maybe I would have even recommended it to a few people. But then afterwards, I developed inertia. I did not like some of the things that the company did, and I sold off. Right now, how will you know whether I still hold it or whether I still sold off, whether I have sold off, right? So similarly, when we are trying to copy a guru, it's very difficult to copy a guru because we don't know whether we are copying a part of what the guru does or completely copying what the guru is doing. Because if you believe that let's say Warren Buffett has invested in 10 companies and you know his top 10 companies, going and investing in them looks very easy, but you don't know his entry point, you do not know what are his views, you do not know what are the counters, you do not even know whether he has got put options on some of those shares. You have no clue of the whole package. So it is not that the guru is wrong, it is just that we, the chelas, do not know what part of his what to for a strategy to follow, what shares to buy. We don't know. You don't know when he's going to sell. We do not know whether he's holding it for dividend or whether he's holding it for growth. We know none of those things. So copying a guru is very difficult. But nowadays, you have many people who are willing to call themselves guru, create YouTube channels and tell you, well, I am a guru and this is what you can do because I have done it. Let me just clarify. When I create a YouTube channel to tell you what I have done, I'm just doing experience sharing. I can tell you about the mistakes I made. I can tell you about my personal observations, what I have done, what I got right, what I got wrong. But that does not really help you much in doing a cut paste of it. It is for you to listen to it and have it have some impact on your brain. Understand that there is something called behavioral finance. Understand that people can make big mistakes. Understand that people could have made a lot of money by luck. That is my purpose. My purpose is to kindle you into thinking about investing, reading about it, talking about it, reading the classics, and not just watching YouTube channels and saying, oh, therefore I think Asian Paints is a good buy, or to think that, oh, therefore I think Asian Paints is a good sell. We don't know. We just have to do far more research than listening to somebody and saying, oh, therefore I will buy ITC and it will give me a good dividend yield. Just for clarification, I have Asian Paints and I don't have ITC, and that is the ITC I sold for an ideological thing. It's got nothing to do with the company's performance, right? So copying gurus is difficult, and gurus can go completely wrong, and we have to decide who is a guru. Some people have created Howard Marks, for example, has created a very good image of himself. He has done a good job, and it is worth reading because he writes well, right? So all this combination is necessary. Warren Buffett, how can you go and ask Warren Buffett, should I buy the index, which he says is a good investment for people to do, or should I buy Berkshire Hathaway, which is again like the index? It has many good companies, some discovered, some not yet discovered, some to be discovered, right? And some which may be bad. So, well, the answer is, if I were Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett, I may have said buy the Berkshire Hathaway, but it has got maybe 15, 17 years of underperformance, right? So it's very difficult to find out which guru to copy. That's another problem. Another problem with following gurus is the best gurus are very self-effacing. They put in a lot of clauses. They may say this can happen or that can happen. They're humble, so they don't come on television, right? They're not available on YouTube. So reaching out to those people who are really good is very difficult, and they don't want to be visible in the public eye. Also, because when you're visible in the public eye, it's not very easy to go out there and admit your mistakes, saying, oh, I said this, but I was wrong. I said this share is worth buying, but I was wrong, so I sold off, right? Accepting that to oneself is difficult. Accepting that in public does not really happen. So that is another problem for while following gurus. The guys who really are lack self confidence, or speak very softly, or tell you, well, this can go wrong, that can go wrong. They talk about their mistakes. These are the best guys, and these guys will not come out and talk about their mistakes. They will not say what they did right. They will not do some of those things. So the guys who are coming out are the guys who are seeking publicity. Those are the same guys who are trying to build an AUM. So you see people who are really managing money are not the people who come out on television and talk. The people who come on television or any other media and talk are people who are trying to collect your money for the managing fees that they make. So they are not fund managers. Most of them are fund gatherers, right? So you have to be worried about why are they saying what they are saying, right? So an equity fund manager has a right and duty to be permanently optimistic about what he's saying. So he will be a guru. And do you expect an active fund manager to say, therefore, passive fund management will work? No, that is also not going to happen. So the chances are they will say, look, now value will grow, value will do well, or growth will do well. These are again guesses, but these are gurus. They are there and they will tell you what they bought and how it did so well. So it's for you to decide what to take and what to keep. Also, one tends to realize that the short-term guessing in the market is very difficult. So therefore, when a big fund manager says something about how the market is going to perform in the next 3 months, there is a good chance that most of the younger and newer fund managers will follow the herd. Occasionally, you will find somebody who is going against the herd, which is a very good career move if it is right, and a disastrous career move if it is wrong. But if it is wrong, there is a good chance it will be buried. Nobody is going to see what you have said over long periods of time, so it will get buried. But people who come on television have to say new things again and again, every quarter, every week, every month, as often as they come, and they have to say something. So they can't be too very different from what they said in the previous quarter. So if they have said, oh, infrastructure will do well, now they have to come and say, see, I told you infrastructure will do well and cement prices have gone up. That's fine, but maybe telecom prices didn't go up and you did not tell me what is infrastructure, right? So it's very difficult to follow. We have to grapple with dealing with the gurus for 2-3 things. One is they may be wrong. Second, we are always looking for confirmation bias. So if I have Colgate in my portfolio for the last 30-40 years, I don't even want to accept that there can be a challenge for Colgate, or the fact that Colgate can create another company and put all the new products in that company and therefore substantially eroding the profitability of this company. Or there could be a competitor called Patanjali who could really hurt Colgate in the longer run. I just don't want to hear any of these things. I just want to hear confirmation bias that it is a good company, that India is so densely populated, India is such a huge population, so toothpaste penetration will only improve and therefore it will make a lot of money. And therefore we have to justify the PE, the dividend, the price, everything, and create a report. How dare we be a contrarian? So we can't be a contrarian. So we will accept this. We will we will refuse to take second opinion, even though in medical terms, if people find, if I go to a doctor and he tells me one course of action, he says, oh, you need to get your knee operated, I will go around looking for it and say, oh, this doctor doesn't know, and I'll go to another doctor. We take a first, second, third opinion. In investments, we don't take a second opinion. In fact, we do invest, and after that, whatever information we get which is contrary to our belief, we just ignore it, saying, oh, it is jealousy, what he's saying is wrong, this can't happen, it has not happened over the last 25 years. We do not examine new evidence which comes so easily, right? So therefore trusting and depending on gurus becomes more difficult and completely wrong. So be careful. It's not that the gurus are wrong, but if you don't meet the guru, if you don't know the guru, if you are not sat and talked to him as to what he's saying about what, then it is going to be very difficult for you to follow the guru and make money. And you can't also get transactions the way they get it. Some management will approach Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and say, please take so much and I will give you a sweetener. I'll give you a debt product which will pay at least 14% interest or something like this. It could be a package deal. You don't even know the deal, right? So how copying a Rakesh or copying a Warren Buffett is a nice dream. In fact, if I title this as how to copy Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and become a millionaire, a lot of people will hit on this, but it's not going to serve your purpose nor mine. Thank you.